Check this out. Paranormal TV star builds a life with the woman he loves. 5 years later, police say she was secretly plotting to have him killed. This is the story of Victoria Goodwin. Back in 2018, Aaron Goodwin, known to millions as the longtime investigator on ghost adventures, met Victoria. At the time, Aaron was already a recognizable face on television. He had spent years traveling, filming, and investigating reportedly haunted locations across the country. His career required frequent travel and extended periods away from home. Victoria entered his life during that stretch of his public career, and the relationship quickly became serious. By 2019, they were engaged. Posted interviews at the time reflected excitement about building a future together. And in May 2020, they officially tied the knot. The ceremony took place during a period when much of the world was navigating pandemic restrictions, which made weddings smaller and more private. Still, the marriage marked the beginning of what appeared to be a stable chapter in Aaron's life. From the outside, everything looked normal. Photos, smiles, trips together, public support. If you followed them online, you saw a couple building a life. For several years, nothing publicly suggested instability. Aaron continued filming. Victoria appeared supportive of his work. But while that life was unfolding publicly, something else was quietly unfolding in the background. Now fast forward to late 2024. According to investigators, Victoria began communicating with Grant Amato, a Florida inmate serving life in prison for murdering his own parents and brother in 2019. At some point while incarcerated, Amato began corresponding with Victoria. Authorities later stated that the communication between Victoria and Amato did not remain casual. Investigators alleged that the exchanges became more personal and eventually turned toward discussion involving Aaron. According to law enforcement, messages referenced Aaron's filming schedule, travel plans, and physical whereabouts while on assignment. And then, according to prosecutors, those discussions escalated into a murder-for-hire conspiracy. Authorities allege that Victoria and Amato discussed arranging for Aaron to be killed while he was out of state filming. Law enforcement documents later describe financial discussions connected to the alleged plan. Now here's where it shifts, because this didn't unravel from a random tip. It didn't come from a private investigator. It didn't come from Aaron. It started inside a prison. Now in early 2025, corrections officials in Florida discovered a contraband cell phone connected to Amato. When authorities reviewed the phone's content, they found communications that allegedly linked Victoria to the plot. Florida investigators alerted authorities in Nevada where Aaron and Victoria were living. And on March 6, 2025, Victoria Goodwin was arrested in Las Vegas. She was charged with conspiracy to commit murder and solicitation to commit murder. Imagine being Aaron in that moment. You're filming, you're working, and suddenly police are telling you your wife has been arrested for allegedly trying to have you murdered. Within days of the arrest, Aaron filed for divorce. The marriage that began in 2020 ended in a matter of days. Now the case moves to the court. In April 2025, Victoria entered a plea agreement. She pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit murder. As part of that agreement, prosecutors dropped the separate solicitation charge. Then came the sentencing. On June 5th, 2025, a Nevada judge sentenced Victoria Goodwin to 36 to 90 months, roughly 3 to 7.5 years. During the sentencing hearing, she addressed the court and apologized. Aaron was present in court. And just like that, what looked like a normal relationship. They meet in 2018. They get engaged in 2019. They marry in 2020. and by 2025, it's a criminal case for conspiracy to commit murder. 5 years, from vows to prison. There was no dramatic chase, no violent confrontation, no public meltdown. It was messages, phones, digital trails, a prison cell phone that wasn't even supposed to exist. And that discovery flipped everything. A relationship that once appeared stable ended in a prison sentence. And that's how the story goes. If you enjoyed this story, like and subscribe. And if there's a story you would like me to cover next, comment down below. And I'll see you in the next story.